Hi, I'm Ray.
And I'm Jenny, and we're Weber Family Reviews. And today we're going to talk about what games we plan to travel with.
We're going to go visit family in Michigan, and we don't leave, even though they don't always play games with us. We're going to take our stuff, and we're going to have games that everybody can play and that we will play, but they all have to be small, portable, and easy to travel with.
And we're trying to think of games that not only we'll play, but that our kids will play, and that we're hoping other people will play with us. So we kind of tried to make our games multitask.
Well, okay, we'll start with one that we're not.
Yeah.
So this is a Magic the Gathering box, but what's in it? It's sleeved Star Realms. Okay?
You sleeve Star Realms?
One of them. We've got too much Star Realms, but I sleeved Star Realms, which is a deck builder that you actually do combat, but it is, in its base form, a two-player game. So I have Star Realms, and that's what we'll play. I wish, I'll see if I can figure out how to actually put the picture up there.
This is Dino Hunt Dice. And we usually travel with this or zombie dice because we've literally played this sitting on a park bench. It's great for, this will actually go in our backpacks traveling in the airplane to play with the kids because you can play at the same time. The reason we're bringing this one versus zombie dice is that our 11-year-old is dino obsessed. But they're essentially the same game. They're a push your luck, roll a bunch of times, try to get as many as you can before you get stomped on in this case, or, eaten in the zombie version. But the portability of it is just so great, and we usually take a flat dice tray that goes in your backpack, and you can pick it up. But this, honestly, you don't even really need a dice tray because you just dump it up.
You do.
The dice tray helps, but you could play it on a table. The dice tray just contains it.
If you're playing it on an airplane, though, you need the tray.
Well, and we have the nice one that then mutes the sound so you're not obnoxious to your neighbors.
All right. This is Infinity Gauntlet, a love letter game. At least they fixed it. Instead of Love Letter Batman, where you love them through beating them in the head. So basically, this one's a different version of Love Letter entirely. It's all against one. And one person's Thanos trying to get the Infinity Gems or kill all of the heroes. The heroes is trying to take down Thanos. But as a whole, man, I am tired. I'm saying as a whole a lot. The game is centered around draw a card, play a card. You got two, you're going to be playing them, and each card does a little bit different things. It's Love Letter, but it's got some pizzazz. I like this one a lot.
Our oldest really likes playing Thanos, and it's fairly hard to play Thanos, but
it works.
It's a good one, and again, it's so small, and that's a lot of game in that small bag. Any of the Borland rates are really great because they are usually small boxes, don't require a lot of table space to play. This is Floor Plan, and I really enjoy this, and we're hoping we have a couple of friends where we're going who are gamers, and we're hoping that this might be something that they would enjoy, but we can also easily play this two-player, but we like this plays any number of people, which is also nice.
1 to 100.
Yeah. And when you're traveling and you don't really know who you're going to be playing with, it's nice that we can either just play it, but if, say, we had 5 people who wanted to play, we could play this just as easy as 5 as we could 2, and that is a big consideration.
Should we go downstairs and go get ink and gold?
No.
Well, no. I think that's the best big one. But
it is.
That one's great. You design your own floor plan. I like it. You're rolling dice to figure it out.
But it doesn't require any actual artistic skills. So Railroad Ink is a really cool game, but all it is lines, yet we are incapable of drawing well enough to make it work.
They're good. We're going left. Pencil instead of dry erase. It helps.
Let's just say we're artistically disinclined, so don't feel like that one requires any artistic ability.
Zeus on the Loose. We've talked about this like 1,000 times on our channel. It's cheap, even when you buy it new. You can find it used for like $1, and it's simple. Play a card, add them up. At 100, whoever has Zeus gets a Z or an E or a U. when somebody's got Zeus, they win, but we never play that way. We play basically hands until we run out of time. Goes really quick, but the boys can play it. Grandma and Grandpa can play it. Anybody can play it because you're just adding. Some of the specialty cards are neat because it's like, okay, cool, jump to 99. But it's really the game 99 with special cards.
It works really good because literally you can play it anywhere. Last time we were playing it sitting, waiting for the Whittier Tunnel to open. We played in the front seat of the car. But that'll go in our backpack because we can play it on the floor of the airport while we're waiting. And again, you play until you run out of time.
Yep. This
is Minecraft the card game. This is actually a really pretty decent game. You feel like you're building stuff just like you would in Minecraft. But as you can see, a tiny little box. Doesn't take much room. It's really easy and quick to play. Our kids like it. If there's cousins around, this is one. Any kid who likes Minecraft will enjoy playing this one. We've played it with a number of kids. We had a cabin one year, and some other kids joined in. And because, again, you could teach it in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And there's really no learning curve to this game. But yet, anyone who's played Minecraft will feel like they're playing Minecraft with this little card game. So
we got a lot more than normal, so we're kind of trying to go through it faster. I even slowed us down there for a minute, so I got to draft the source. You're drafting dinosaur meeples. They say no more. We've played this so much, the box is wearing out. We got the 2 expansions, the water one and the flying one. This game works for anybody, and it goes up to 5 players, and it plays smoothly, and in 15 minutes at most. Love it. Draft the source.
This is the new one for us we just picked up, which is Point Salad. And this is a lot of fun. This is just easy. It's cutesy. And it's really quick. And again, this is one where, they say, play it 3 times because it's so fast. And really, it's more you're playing 3 hands than, I wouldn't even call it 3 different games. Technically, I guess it's 3 different games, but it's really just 3 rounds. I love that the cards are both sides, and you can choose to flip them over and use the other side when you take a point card if you decide that this is not going to work for you.
Yep.
But just quick and easy, and again, nice small little box, easy to throw in, quick and easy to teach.
Small box. Tiny Epic Galaxies. Now, I liked Tiny Epic Galaxies. A friend of mine did not. They're not into the card tableau or ability building. I really like this one. Action selection, ability building. Most of the Tiny Epics, it's almost a 50-50 for us. We played Zombies. We were like, it's okay. We played another one that's coming up. Loved it. Played this one. Liked it a lot. Played Quest. Didn't like it at all. So we're 50-50.
I feel like we've played one more than that too, but
I don't think we have.
Zombies, the biggest issue is that it really is like one of the big box zombie games in a small thing, but if we're going to play that, we'd rather just have the experience of playing the big zombie game. We're not much of zombie fans anyways, but this is and this is for us really. Yeah. This is a big game, yet it's a small box, so it's good for traveling. Any of these Tiny Epics would be good travel choices if you like that one. I mean, even Tiny Epic Zombies, had we kept it, would be worth it because you don't want to travel with that big box. But if you're someone who really loves the feel of the big box game, but you want to be able to take something to visit.
And this is 45 minutes, but it's still an easy travelable game that has some meat.
That one is more us, but then we've also got friends who want to play in that. That's going to be our big box game, but yet it's,
We're going to end up buying games in Michigan, so
I'm
just let it roll.
No matter where we go, we buy games. We find games in the weirdest places. This is Yam Slim.
Yep.
And this is one of our great travel games as well, because this is literally the dice tray and everything. All the scoring is right in here. And that's what's great about this, and no one can't. Everyone knows the rules to
It's Yahtzee.
Yeah. With poker rules. And then at the end, you just count your chips in front of you. we play this with 5-year-old. I mean, because there's no reading involved in it, which is great because that's the one thing about Zeus and the Loose. Little kids can play it, but you do have to be able to read the specialty cards. No reading in this. So if you've got some younger kids who want to play, that's a great choice.
This one, I'm looking here, this one could take up to an hour. More dinosaur meeples, but Tiny Epic Dinosaurs is my favorite Tiny Epic. You should have kept your the flannel.
I know, but the flannel didn't match my shirt.
Okay. She's a little cold, that's all. This is a worker placement game. Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. Worker placement, a really, I would say, solid worker placement. And you got to place your dinosaur meeples or they'll run around and eat each other. Or the other people. You don't want the visitors. So it's a fun worker placement that fits in tiny box. This one's probably one of the heavier ones that we're taking. I know we would like, and I know everybody just went heavy. Look, it takes up no space. Heaviest game probably on this table because we want minimum space on the aeroplane. We got to make room to bring back more games.
The other thing is we realize that we're going to be doing lots of other things, holidays, etc. Yeah. So are we going to play a lot of longer games? No, but we want to have some choices, just especially us at night. So.
Yep.
This is Ticket to Ride London, any of the smaller Ticket to Ride. I actually debated between this and we have Continental Express, and we have it in one of our
cool little
tin things.
Photo thing.
Because Continental Express actually comes in a tin that most
I think this is better.
But this is, our youngest likes Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride's so easy to teach to anyone that it's a great choice. But most of the Ticket to Rides are fairly big boxes. But any of the 3 base ones, New York is probably the simplest. I think we're going to take London this time because it's kind of middle of the road. Amsterdam's a little bit harder. But Inland would be a good choice to travel with because you still get that Ticket to Ride feel, but the box takes up a lot less room.
Yep.
So.
Fox in the Forest. 2-player trick taking. That's for us.
And that'll go on the plane with us.
It'll be on the plane. We'll play it. It and Zeus on the Loose get played a lot on the plane.
Yeah. This is Holiday Flux, and I wanted to bring something kind of holiday themed, and this is one of those ones. Again, there's no rules to teach because you start with one rule and you add the rules as you go. So this is, I can teach this in a couple of minutes. Pretty much anyone can play with it. There really is no luck. It really is all luck. There is very little skill. Not the words.
I was gonna say there's only luck.
There's only luck. I've seen people win on the first round. I've seen it take 20 minutes. This is also one of the games at 20 minutes you're like, please end it, please end it, please end it. It's one of those games that
you're not selling it.
Well, no, but we have a bunch of different fluxes. If you're just looking for something that you can talk through and just gab and flux are a good choice for it. So. Okay.
My wife gave me this for Christmas this year, gave it to me early. We have tested it out. It's going with us. Ohanami is a drafting game where you've got up to 3 columns to create gardens, and you have to have them in numerical order. Highest to lowest. Woo! It was the first drafting round was easy. Second drafting round got a little bit harder. Third drafting round, you had to think a lot about what you were picking. I liked it a lot. We've only got one play, so we'll have to get this done and play it quite a bit. But it is actually a very beautiful card game, too.
Yeah, and it takes up no space, but there's a lot in that. And I think it would be even better with a couple more people as you're seeing what cards go around. This is Katan Dice. And again, if you like Catan and you want the feel, this Roll and Write is actually a really easy one to play. It's quick, and it still very much gives you the feel of Catan. There's 2 sides to each one of them, so that you don't feel like you're playing the same one all the time, and there's definitely a little bit of variety in it. The dice are fairly decent quality. You can tell what they are. Carcassonne dice, I'm looking at you, they were horrible quality dice. We got rid of that. But this one is a nice little one, easy to transport, and again, our youngest will probably play this.
All right. I wanted an engine builder. Deep Vents is a Ryan Lockhart game that you're creating basically an underwater ecosystem, and it works really well. It's tile-based, but you're still making an engine building where you're trying to get the person with the most, I always forget what they're called. Basically, small creatures, you know, they're not plankton, but they're equivalent there, wins the game. But you've got to build it up and spend some to get more. And then you've got some that attack, but attack's not a big deal in it. So I like it a lot. Defense works really well. I think it's a great, underrated, unknown game. Defense.
It's actually only 8 turns too, because every turn you get to fire off all your stuff, which is pretty cool. Because you really feel like you get to use everything, because everything goes off every turn. At first I felt like 8 turns is not going to be enough, but it really is, because by that 8 turn, as you're trying to keep track of everything, 9 turns would be almost, you'd feel overwhelmed by the amount of stuff to do.
And the one we take all the time.
Yeah, this is the Builders. This is Antiquity, but the Builders Middle Ages is the same one. Again, this is so little and easy. It comes in a tin. We put it into this, but there's very little. And there's, you know, the 2 decks of cards and some coins. And so it's easy to pull out. And if you want to teach it to other people, it would be pretty easy and quick to teach. But we actually usually just end up playing this one ourselves. But it feels like a lot of game in a pretty small... And it's also got a pretty small footprint. The big thing with traveling, you're never sure how much room you're going to have to spread out and do things. And some games... They come in these little boxes and they take over. Well, actually, best treehouse ever, we were debating and we chose not to take it because that's a little thing, but literally it will take the whole table when we're done, because you each have this huge treehouse you're building. And so when you're not 100% sure, a lot of times too, we're playing late at night as everyone else is going up. We want to be able to play in our rooms and not disturb everyone else. So we're thinking footprint as well. Plus, obviously, when you're actually traveling and you're in, you know, airplanes and ports, you're thinking, how am I going to get this to the table? That's why something like Yam Slim, which I don't need to spread it out. This is the game board itself, and it's got the dice tray and everything in it. So.
All right, so these are the games we're taking with us for a 9-day trip.
Well, you know, gosh forbid we get bored.
Well, yeah.
Well, and you know, we figure we're actually probably, you know, hopefully we're going to be doing lots of other things, so we won't. But we want to be able to have stuff that we can do with our kids in the downtime, and we want to have some good choices. You know, who knows? We could get snowed in.
We could.
We're more likely to get iced in.
We'll bring some friends along too. So, yeah, I got the remote. Thank you. We'll hopefully I'll post this in the next day. I'll have to do it tomorrow or over the weekend, and everybody have fun. Enjoy the holidays and happy gaming.